down the 2022 NBA draft. He is joining us from Chicago. He is our draft expert. All right, so Jabari obviously thinks he should go number one. Who else thinks that they should be the top pick come late June?
Well, Jared, among those four, there's no question. Confidence was just all over it, washed over Chet Holmgren. He was saying what we all know, which is he's one of a kind. And because of that, he should be the number one draft pick because there's no one like him. And that's probably true. Whether or not that equates to being the top pick, we shall see. But he is one of one. His size, his ability to block shots, alter shots, make threes, essentially get to the basket. I think I asked him what's the least amount of dribbles. I think he said like 3 to 4, where he can get to the basket from one end to the other and dunk.
Andy, there's a lot of fan bases that are on the edge of their seat thinking that their franchise is going to change forever if they get the number one pick. But if you don't get the number one pick, and let's say you're the number two, you're the number three, or the number four, is there some value in still being among the top four in the 2022 draft?
Yeah, I actually think, and I've been doing this a long time, I can't remember a time where if you don't get one, but you get 2, 3, and 4, you may feel just as good, if not better. I think all four of these players that you just heard in the piece have a legitimate stake to being number one and could be the rookie of the year this upcoming season. All of them have a different quality, but all of them should be an impactful player. And I don't think there's a franchise in the top four in that first four of the draft order that will be disappointed with any one of these four players because they all can make a major contribution in year one.
Yeah, look at what Toronto did this past year by selecting a player that really may be the mainstay for them for years to come and ended up being the rookie of the year in the league. All right, so that's the top four. But is there anybody in this class? Is this class deep enough that your franchise could pick somewhere at the tail end of the lottery and that player could end up being the rookie of the year in 2023?
Yes, there's no question, and we spoke with him earlier on Tuesday. His name is Keegan Murray from Iowa. He made a tremendous jump from freshman to sophomore year. He actually made a great point to us that right when they lost to Oregon in the bubble last year in Indy, Luka Garza basically turned to Keegan Murray and said, "It's your team now." And Keegan Murray took that to heart, worked on his game, became not just a better scorer, but a really good rebounder. And he relished the big moments this year for an Iowa team that was picked low, finished high, ended up getting bounced in the first round of the NCAA tournament, but won the Big Ten tournament for the first time. And Keegan Murray, I mean, look, he could go anywhere from really 5 to, into the early teens, which would be a mistake, but he easily could play well enough next season to be the rookie of the year.
Andy, second year of the G League Ignite program. We saw Jalen Green at times show flashes of brilliance this year in the NBA. The Warriors cannot stop drooling over what they have in Jonathan Kuminga for the future. Who will be the first player that played on the G League Ignite team this past year to come off the board?
Probably going to be Jaden Hardy. Jaden Hardy did not have a consistent season in the G League, but coming out of high school, he was one of the top 3 players in the class that graduated a year ago. So there's no question that he has the pedigree, he has the game, the potential to potentially be that top G League Ignite player. But I think we all have to reserve judgment. As you mentioned, with Green and Kuminga, they had moments, but we shouldn't expect them to be impactful players on day one. There's a big difference, and I think we saw it this past season. These players, whether they just played 1 season or 2 seasons, and basically were able to experience the full college basketball season, the full effect of March Madness. Remember, sophomores like Keegan Murray played in the bubble last year with no fans during the regular season, and they didn't get that kind of pressure-packed feeling that players this season got, and I think that will benefit all of them in the NBA next season.